Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my garden and welcome to my December front garden tour. I have to apologize for the lighting for this video because it is very dark and very overcast, and it's been like that all of December. I don't think I've seen the sun, right, Jason?
There has been no sun.
No sun. This feels like San Francisco weather to me. Right?
Yeah. It was just the constant fog and overcast. It's been like that. We usually get sunny days, and we've had almost none.
Yeah. It's been really, really crazy. And Jason and I, we used to live in San Francisco, and we used to leave on the weekends to get the sun. And I almost feel like I have to leave to get some of the sun. So, and I know I'm complaining, but it's just different for us. It's not really the same for us.
But it's just unusual, even for the winter. It doesn't usually do this. It's just unusual weather.
Yeah. It's really interesting. But that's okay. The garden, I have to say, for December, I don't think the garden's ever looked this good in December, right?
Yeah, it looks amazing.
It's been looking so good. I really focused on garden cleanup this month, really focused on kind of just tidying everything up, and it's made such a huge difference. Starting with the front porch over here, I did a full front porch makeover that was really fun. I added trim around the windows, painted them, new lighting, which I think made the biggest difference, right?
The lights are awesome.
Why didn't we do this 2 years ago?
Because we had a million other things to think about.
I know. There's like a million things. But this, I have to say, looks so good. And it was all thanks to these Haddistone planters that I just, don't you love these?
Yeah, they're really pretty.
They're so pretty. I ended up putting these junipers in there, and then I decorated them with these dried oranges. But have you noticed what's been happening with the oranges?
No.
They're all over. The birds.
The birds are getting them?
The birds are getting them. They've gotten like half of them already.
They've gotten that many?
Yeah, like, there's one over here. Did you pick it up over here?
Maybe somebody else did.
I keep seeing oranges on the ground, like half eaten, and they're like not fresh oranges. You know, I want to like cut the oranges and put some fresh ones out so they leave my decorations alone. And I really like this idea of doing the dried oranges in the burlap for decoration. I thought it was so pretty. But I've got all these bird feeders there, so, you know, it is what it is. But I wanted to point out this beautiful wreath, this handmade foraged wreath that my friend Raphael from Park Winters made for me. Isn't that the prettiest thing?
Yeah, that's really nice.
I love it. I just think it's so pretty, and it just adds the finishing touch to the front porch. I didn't go crazy with holiday decor this year. I didn't want to go crazy with it. I don't know. It's not that I didn't want to do it. It's that I just wanted a cleaner look, you know? And I think that was like the icing on the cake, right?
It looks nice.
It looks so good. I'm just really, really happy with it. So that's the front porch. And then just last week, I started tackling the deck and the zigzag planter. I was trying to leave my annuals out for as long as I possibly could, and I still have left a ton of annuals out, but it got to the point that the zigzag planter needed to be cleaned out, and it looks way better.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
You know, it looks nice and neat now.
Yeah, I still have these giant, have you seen these giant sweet potatoes?
I have seen those. They're
massive. You're going to have to help me dig them out because they are like huge. They're like rocks in there, which is absolutely crazy that ornamental sweet potatoes can kind of look like that.
It's funny because the first time years ago when you planted sweet potato vine, it didn't really dawn on me that they were actually sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
And when I saw those things, I was like, oh my goodness, they get huge.
I know. Do you remember when the guy came and picked up them to eat them?
Yeah, I do.
Remember that?
But we weren't sure if they were going to be good or not.
So I looked it up. They're edible, but they're not very tasty. Okay. So I think he probably figured out they weren't tasty, or maybe he like put spices in.
If you add sugar or you add, maybe they taste fine. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he was like a neighbor. Like he lived in that neighborhood, so it's not like he was like, needing food or anything like that. But I think he just didn't understand, that it was ornamental sweet potatoes. Anytime I see these big sweet potatoes, I think about that. Then you can see I have these Niagara Fall panicums that I left up. They're beautiful winter interest, and I'll show you. No, I'm sorry. These are totem pole panicums, and I have Niagara Fall over there that I'll show you guys in a second. And I just love grasses for winter interest. I just think it looks so pretty, and it just reminds me that I need more grasses in my life for sure. So coming over this way, I didn't do much over here this month. Last month, we ended up putting these rocks in, and it looks beautiful.
Yeah, the rocks are nice.
The rocks are looking gorgeous. And this is something else that we've been working on all month, is adding the rocks around along the driveway to kind of soften up the driveway. And I've talked about this. We are going to replace the driveway. It's going to change. It's probably going to be gravel. Like, you know, that is going to be something that we're going to do in the future, but that's
so far down the road.
So far down the road. We got to start thinking about the inside. I want new floors and all that kind of stuff. And that will be before the driveway for sure, which is a bummer because our driveway is cracked and it needs to be taken care of. But in the meantime, we just have these rocks that really made a huge difference. I'm really happy with them. So yeah, so they look really good. And I've been working on them all the way over here. I kind of stopped about right there just because rocks are such a pain to work with. They're really heavy and they're really dusty and dirty. And it's just going to be a project that I'm just slowly going to work on. But it looks really good. I got the Lavender River out, which is such a sad fail.
It was a good idea, just wrong location.
It just didn't work. It might work over here in the center island. I don't know. It's the drainage is just really bad over here in this place. And I kind of like it nice and clean like this. I think it's really pretty. Don't you think?
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, looks good. So anyway, let me take you guys this way. You can see my Eden climbing roses are looking pretty good. I'm about to defoliate them next month and I'll be taking off all the foliage, but I'm just happy to see that they've taken to the transplant really well. And I think that they'll do really good climbing up this arbor next season, which is going to be fun. This whole area, I haven't really done much in this area this month, I will have to say. But I do have to point out my Surefire Rose Begonia that is just still in color. Like how...
That plant is ridiculous. It just stays like that all the time.
I know. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I need to cut it back, right? I'm going to need to cut it back. But to have a little bit of color at this time of year, this along with the Salvia leucantha, show that right there. Like, look at how beautiful that is to have a little bit of color. And then we have the plain the blue Salvia. And like, that's all you need to have a little bit of beauty this time of year. It's really, really fun. I mean, who knows what's going to happen in January, you know, but at least for now, we have some really, really gorgeous stuff. So come on this way. Let me show you the pathway. I don't know if you can hear the rooster. That rooster is...
The rooster is constant.
Rooster's insane. That rooster's insane. Look at the yarrow. Look how good the yarrow is.
Yeah, that's looking better than it's looked in a long time.
A long time. This is Firefly Fuchsia Yarrow. It's looking gorgeous. I think I've talked about this before, but I think I'm going to take all of this stuff out and maybe do like a pathway and then like a sitting area back there. But then I see my oak leaf hydrangeas. Can you see the oak leaf hydrangeas back there? Yeah. Aren't those looking so good this time of year?
Those are happy back there, aren't they?
They're so happy. They're so happy. They look so good. So I don't know. I have to.
Those lily, what are the cow lilies back there are just.
I know.
Huge. Too.
When you get cow lilies in a good spot, they are so beautiful and they're so easy to take care of.
They're just so lush and green looking.
I know. And they spread and they're just beautiful. Have you driven by our old house to see the cow lilies around the crepe myrtle?
No.
You should.
Huh.
It looks really good. It looks really, really good. So coming in this way, again, haven't done much this month in this area. This is my next area that I need to cut back and clean and really edit, you know, but a lot of this stuff, you don't want to cut it back until January or February because technically that'll be after the coldest part of our year. This has been such a weird year. Every year is a weird year lately. You know what I mean? So it'll be really interesting to see how the weather is going to be and going to look and all that kind of stuff. So come on this way. I'll show you our mound, which is really fun. So over here, I had a lime tree and the lime tree died and it was really sad. And I knew I wanted to put another lime tree in. And then landscape designer Roberta Walker said something to me in her garden tour that was really interesting. She said, whenever a tree dies, don't dig out the roots, just mound soil on top of it and plant in that mound, right? And create a berm, and that creates, like differences in height and all that kind of stuff. So when the lime tree died and she said that to me, I thought, this is the perfect place for a berm. So we the guys who help us out, right? We have two gentlemen who come and they help us out about once a week, for a couple hours for the really heavy stuff that I can't do. Jason doesn't want to do all the time. That's a lot of work for you. And it's just nice to have a little bit of help that they can do stuff like hauling this extra soil that was behind the chicken coop and bringing it over here. So they're about halfway done. They need to do a little bit more, but I'm really excited because in January is the time that you do bare root fruit trees and bare root roses. And so this spot is all ready for my new bare root lime tree to get planted right here in this berm. And it's going to be up and it's going to be tall and it's going to be really, really pretty. And I'm super excited about it. And then eventually we're going to have our gravel pathway continue this way into the willow tree garden bed. But that's, of course, a later date. But that's why the berm has kind of stopped right here. The center island is looking really good. I cleaned up a lot of the center island. I cut back a lot of the annuals that were looking good at that time. Now they're ready to be pulled. This is Supertunia Bordeaux. I don't think it's going to last through the winter. I'm going to leave it though, because I've had so many people be like, leave your Supertunias in. I'm zone 9B here in Northern California, and that's very border. It's technically not warm enough for Supertunias to overwinter, but if we have a warm enough winter, which they're predicting this is going to be a mild winter, they might be able to last. So I'm going to try and leave everything in, but I'm looking at it and it's looking a little rough. The Supertunia Mini Vista Yellow is looking good. And the Augusta Lavender Heliotrope is looking amazing. Look how beautiful that plant is.
That's really looking
Isn't
nice.
that gorgeous? And the grasses, the Blonde Ambition grasses behind it, everything is just looking really, really good. And it's getting exciting to see. It's funny, Jason and I were just talking about the other day that the El Nino Catalpas haven't lost their leaves yet. And neither has the willow tree. And we're like, it's
got to happen soon.
When are you going to lose your leaves? Like, what's going on? When is everything going to start going? I mean, they should be going dormant now at this time, right? And they're not dormant yet. And so it's like even the roses aren't really dormant yet. And at least roses, you can manually defoliate to force dormancy. But these guys, I'm like, I don't know. Do you force dormancy on these? I have no idea. I honestly have no idea.
It'll happen, right? I'm sure it'll happen.
It'll be fine. I mean, I don't think anything bad happens if they don't go into dormancy. I wanted to show the Niagara Falls panicum over here. You can see the winter interest. It just looks so pretty. I just love it. It's so like fluffy and gorgeous. And I just have to say that grasses are they're just the best this time of year. I'm so happy to have them. And I'll show you these over here. You can see we're still dealing with this.
It's getting smaller.
It's getting smaller. Yeah, we're getting there. We're still dealing with this. we got this moved 5 feet, 6 feet.
It's very heavy.
We got it moved 6 feet and it broke the dolly that it was on. So we're not sure what to do.
We'll figure it out.
Do you love that I was literally, when we were at the rock store, I was like, I'm just going to get a boulder just with the rock.
Why not?
Just real quick. It'll be no big deal at all. And now we have a big boulder in the middle of our driveway and I don't know what to do with it. So you can look over here. The grasses are still looking really good. The lantana is pretty much done. But the lantana you want to leave. Lantana, you want to leave the foliage on to protect it from the winter colds and then cut it back in January or February. It's one of those plants. And same with the grasses and that type of stuff. So it's kind of nice because you can be lazy this time of year and you can say, it's not time to cut things back yet. I've done everything that I need to do here. But it's on my list for things to do in probably early February. But it looks good, right?
Yep, sure does.
Looks beautiful. And then over here, the long border, I actually worked really hard on the long border this month, cleaning it up, adding these rocks here, adding the border. I just think it looks so good.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
You've worked really hard on it, and you worked really hard on it. And it really looks, yes.
You noticed.
Definitely.
Jason thought I planted new plants.
Well, the one's right behind you.
Where?
Right there.
These?
Yeah.
You thought these were new?
Yeah.
This Angelonia?
I thought they were new because it was so cleaned up. They just looked totally different.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
No, I haven't planted anything. I am having withdrawals. I haven't planted anything in a month or two, 6 weeks or something. It feels like it's been really long.
By the way, do you see how pretty that cypress is getting?
Oh, I know. Can you believe how fast it grew?
Yeah.
That's the fastest growing tree.
Yeah. It's
like
very big.
It's insane. I wish I could get my hands on more of those. I can't find them.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm having trouble finding those because we're going to get trees to plant in the backyard, all along the fences in the backyard.
Yeah.
So I'm going back and forth on what type of tree I want to use. I'd love to use something like that for like the color and everything, and it grows fast, but they're just not available.
Even the podocarpus, like you can see all the new growth on them with all the light color, right?
Yeah.
Like they're just growing, everything's growing fast.
You know what I read? I was looking up how often to fertilize different things, right? And I read the podocarpus, you can technically fertilize every 6 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So I think I'm going to do that next year. I only fertilized it once or twice this year and it grew really great. But what if I fertilized it every 6 weeks? They said with a diluted solution, diluted every 6 weeks is what they said. And they said that podocarpus the internet, that podocarpus likes acidic conditions. So having like an acidic fertilizer helps as well. So I'm going to do that and see how much I can get them to grow this year. I'll be really
Can I point out something that's funny to me that I know I've commented to you before?
What?
The apricot tree. Because it's grafted, the one half of it has lost all its leaves and the other half hasn't, which, I mean, that fits in the summertime. We get apricots on one side and then we get them on the other side.
Yeah, they're staggered.
They're staggered. It's just funny to look at and see the division straight down the
middle.
middle.
Over here turned brown before this side did.
Right. Yeah.
It's such a funny tree.
It's just funny. Yeah.
The people who lived here before us were really into fruit trees, and they had all these grafted trees and all these
really into like multiple fruits per tree, like all the grafted. Very interesting.
I know.
This is our only holdover, isn't it? Only one left?
I mean, the oranges.
But those aren't. Sorry, only grafted crazy tree left.
Only grafted crazy tree. Yeah. I didn't really like all the craziness. Do you know what I mean? It was crazy for just to be crazy. It felt like, I don't know. I'm also not that. It's like
fruit trees are not your big thing.
No, I don't like fruit trees. I don't get like flower. Like I get excited about this. Like this is amazing, right? And fruit trees, I'm like, oh cool. Which I know I'm alone in that. I know there's a lot of people that love fruit trees. But my summer break Alstroemeria is finally starting to wind down. They have been rock stars, absolute rock stars. 6 months, ever since I planted them, and they're finally starting to look a little bit iffy now at this point. But I just can't say enough about how impressed I am with this plant. I know I've talked about it pretty much every single garden tour since I planted them, but I really do think that they look really pretty. But part of the reason why I wanted to clean up this whole long border and kind of cut everything back is I wanted to see what open spots I have, like over here. And then when it's cold and it's wet and I can't go outside, I'm going to be able to plan, and I'm going to be able to plan around things that I want to leave in here, like the Alstroemeria, and, really figure out what I want to do in this long border, because this long border has been a complete afterthought for me since we moved in here. And it's just so nice that I'm going to be able to focus on it this year, which is very, very fun. Look at this kufia. Look how beautiful it is.
I was noticing that earlier. I can't believe that's still, I thought that was like a hot weather summer plant.
I know. So Michael Glassman told me his kufia bloomed 12 months out of the year. And I was like, oh, okay, all right, sure. No. He's right. It blooms 12 months out of the year.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
So cool.
It's very cool.
Yeah, so don't cut it back. Those of you who live in mild climates, don't cut it back. Then I wanted to show the grass over here. It's looking great. Some of it got smashed down from when Monty and Griffin.
Yeah, it's funny that it got smashed down and kind of hurt it, but then there's all kinds of new grass coming up.
Now there's new growth. So I think what I'm going to do, once things dry out a little bit, did you see all the rain in our forecast?
Tons of rain coming.
Which is great. We're really excited about it, but I'm not going to be able to do this for a while. I'm going to come out here with a weed eater and, cut it all back.
Yeah.
Right? But you can see there's new grass coming up. This has just been such a success. I'm so glad that I did this and I didn't do regular sod, because regular sod's it's pretty, right? It's fine, but this is really interesting.
It's very, and I feel like it matches with sort of the rest of the landscape in the center island anyway.
Yeah, totally.
It fits better.
Yeah, definitely. I'm so cold right now. feel like my nose is running. Like, I am so cold. All right, let me show you this part of the long border. So this is looking really good too. It just kind of cut a whole bunch of things back. But again, you can see the rock border that we have here is just really finishing it off in a very, you know, I don't want to emphasize the cheapness of it, right? I don't want to emphasize how budget it was, but like this is the easiest way to go to make it look finished without spending a lot of money and putting a lot of effort into it. And I just couldn't be happier about it because what a great idea.
Yeah, it worked out great.
Yeah, I'm so happy with it. I could not be happier with it. And I just feel like now I can just kind of get going on this long border, which is really, really exciting. The center island, it's looking beautiful. It's looking great. I was going to come and plant tulips. I never got around to it, so that's on my early January list. We have until the second week of January to plant bulbs, spring blooming bulbs. So, and I always wait. I'm like, I'm going to get it done this year. I'm going to do it in late November. And then I'm always here in late December or early January pushing it. But that's okay. That's totally fine. So the center island, we still have a little bit of work to do in the center island. But I'm really, really happy with it. I think things are looking really good. Yeah.
It's
and
great.
I think we've decided that next season, right, our 2026 season is going to be focused on the backyard, doing a lot of stuff to the backyard.
Yeah, because this whole thing, it's kind of crazy to think about. Like, this entire thing went in this year, right?
I know.
The island?
I know.
Because the previous summer, it was a cut flower garden.
Yeah.
And
this wasn't here in December, right? No, it wasn't. It wasn't here in December.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, everything here wasn't here a year ago.
Yeah.
Which is
crazy?
Crazy.
We're fast.
Although, wait a minute. Some of the trees were there.
Yeah, because we did tree fall last year.
Yeah, some of the trees were.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. But most of the stuff that you see wasn't here at all.
Yeah. Really fun.
Yeah.
So anyway, so this is great. So if you guys stay tuned for tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be our December back garden tour. But if you don't happen to watch tomorrow, we just want to let you all know that we are taking the next week off, the week of Christmas off, Monday through Friday. I'm saying this like you're still working here with me full time. For those of you who don't know, Jason went back to work. He wanted to go back and be a physical therapist again. Boo. No, you love it. You're happy with it.
Yeah, it's nice to be back in a strange way.
He's very, very happy. I'm happy for him, but we decided we're taking our Christmas vacation so that we can hang out with our family and all that kind of stuff. So we'll be taking next Monday through Friday off, and then we'll be back the 28th, 29th. The 29th. We'll be back the 29th, or I'll be back the 29th. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.